Today we're going to talk about the Majestic Princess having 800 cases of COVID in Sydney, Australia. I've got information for you, a peek a little bit about what we can expect from Celebrity for 2024-2025, information on the Island Princess, the Norwegian Encore, which is actually the ship that Gordon and I are going to embark on tomorrow, and lots more to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. It is late at night on Saturday, November 12th. I'm doing this video for you for on Sunday, but we have got a lot to talk about. Now, first of all, let's talk about the Norwegian Encore. Gordon and I are going to embark on that ship tomorrow, and we're going on a 7-day sailing that goes to the Eastern Caribbean, but she is just returning first thing tomorrow morning, Sunday, today, the day you'll be watching this, and she has just been on a Panama Canal sailing, and you maybe saw that her gangplank collapsed and they had to take people to the hospital. So I have read lots of accounts about it and received a couple of emails from those of you. The other night on our live, a couple of you broke the news to me. I hadn't seen it yet because we've had such miserable internet on this ship. And apparently from the people that were there and watching it happen, they feel like the ship let the gangplank down when the tide was out, and then as the tide came back in and the ship rose a little bit, the gangplank came up, so then the angle got too steep, and it got to enough people on it that it collapsed and people were hurt. So I'm telling you this, I think you have probably seen it other places in the news by now, but if you haven't, I wanted you to be aware of it, and I also was hopeful that we could have our prayers be with these people and their families, or whatever it is that you do, send good thoughts. I thought that this would be very valuable to these people, and always, you know, I never think about it when I walk on a gangplank, but clearly we need to really pay attention to what's going on all the time, and sometimes, you know, things can still happen, but it's a really good reminder for me to start paying attention all of the time what's going on around me, so that I'm aware if anything doesn't seem safe, and at the same time to try to help people. So I'll be anxious. I hope the news covers a little bit. I hope we hear from someone about how these people are doing, because they would have fallen onto cement, and so they could have been hurt. And so they did have ambulances come, and they said that Norwegian was sending some of their care people there to do everything for the families and everything that they need there. So of course we're sending our prayers and our best wishes to them. Now, another story that is really big right now is the Majestic Princess pulled into the port of Sydney. Now, they had cases on board, and I have not been able to see how many cases they had on board before they tested everyone before they disembarked the ship. By the time they tested everyone on board the ship, in order to get off, there were 800 people that had COVID. They did say that most of the cases were asymptomatic or extraordinarily mild. And so a couple of things. I really want to hear your take on this. If you've been around here for a while, I am one of those people that I honestly think that COVID is going to be with us. Probably always, at least for the foreseeable future, and we know that it is easily transmissible. This does not make me panic. It doesn't make me not want to go on a cruise ship. It certainly doesn't make me not want to go on a long trip on a cruise ship. If I could go for that long, I surely would. But I wanted to point out a couple of things, and this is kind of how I think about things and trying to decide if it's something I should be panicking about. I would say, first of all, we have the luxury. One of our Let's Go family members was on that ship, and she was kind enough to send us an update, and let me tell you here what she said. Let's see, I had it right here. Here we go. She said, we have just gotten off the ship. Things were great all cruise. They just started wearing their masks 2 days ago when the numbers started to go up. Princess was wonderful. Luckily, these people did not get COVID, but she said that the media really did go overboard with it. And so I hope that those of you that have got a cruise booked, I hope you're not worrying about this. I feel like anywhere that we go, we can get COVID. On an airplane, staying at a hotel, going to the grocery store, going to church, going to school, anything that we do, I feel like there is COVID all around. Now, the other thing that I find really interesting is how the media really did focus on there being 800 cases on board that ship. And I agree, that's a lot of COVID cases. But at the same time, there is nowhere else that we go on this earth where they test everyone like they just tested that ship. People can be on a full airplane, coughing the whole time. We don't test them, nothing. And so to me, yes, it is a lot of people in one place, of course, but at the same time, there are probably a lot of people that have COVID in a lot of other places that don't know it because they haven't been tested. People can be asymptomatic. So that is just another way of me saying that I don't feel like cruise ships are dangerous. I feel like you can catch COVID anywhere, and if I had to catch COVID, I'd rather catch it doing something fun that I enjoy. And so, like I said though, tell me what you think in the comments below. The Majestic Princess was just ready to sail again, and so she's off on her next voyage already. So it sounds like things are going well. Other than that, anybody who was on the Majestic Princess lately has had a splendid cruise. That's what I've heard from people that have been sailing on her. And once again, I really appreciate our Let's Go family member that was just on board the ship letting us know what a wonderful time that they had. So the next thing that I wanted to make sure that you're aware of is that the Norwegian Prima is here in Miami. Today when Uber picked us up from the port there in Miami, because we had just gotten off Royal Caribbean's Explorer of the Seas this morning, he commented on how excited he was to see some ships that he's not seen before in port. And he commented actually on getting to see the Norwegian Prima. She wasn't there today, she's sailing, but she is here. Now when she came, so if you're not familiar, she had her naming ceremony up in Reykjavik, Iceland, and then she came to the United States and sailed out of New York, and then she went down to Galveston and sailed out of Galveston, and now she is here in Miami. And my understanding is this is where she will be sailing for a while. I got to visit with someone who has already sailed on her, and as we discussed whether how kind of the Norwegian Prima compared to the cruise that we just had this last week on Royal Caribbean, and they have been on lots of Royal Caribbean cruises, she said that with the Prima, Norwegian is her new go-to line for families. And I am really excited to hear that. While we were on board the Explorer of the Seas, I saw, on the TV they run things. They do not stream videos on Royal Caribbean, and so they just, so a few TV shows. So we would watch a bunch of the ads, and they had one all about Icon of the Seas. Now that looks like it's going to be a fabulous ship for families. Absolutely, they have so many different like little neighborhood things, different pools with different themes that will appeal more. Like there's an adults only area, there's lots of different kinds, so depending on how old your children are, they might enjoy some areas more than others. I think it's going to be splendid for families. But if you are also looking at another ship for families for children, you might want to think of the Norwegian Prima. And so just putting that out there, I'm going to have to get on that ship and take a look myself, but I wanted to make sure that you know that she is now sailing here out of Miami. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about for a minute is I have mentioned several times now how excited I am to see all of Celebrity's itineraries for 2024 and 2025. They have not all been released yet, but there is enough information out there that makes me really excited. So I wanted to share a little bit about with you today because it's going to help us all in our planning because I really feel like we need to plan where we want to go, take a look at our bucket list, add things to our bucket list that maybe weren't there as we learn about new places. I am always doing that. And kind kind of figure out how we're going to get places and kind of decide some places that would be fun to go as a group. So I have already mentioned that I want to do in 2025 do the Egypt and Israel cruise as a group cruise. So once those are released, I'm going to grab a group space on a cruise for that. But I also wanted to let you know that as they have released information about their 2024-2025 year and what we can look for, they say they are going to explore every continent. They're going to have cruises to every continent. They're going to go to new ports that they have not gone to before. I've mentioned that to you before. And they are going to have longer, more overnight stays. They are going to do that in 11 different cities. And some of the ones that excited me the most are Lisbon, Portugal, Istanbul. Remember when there were lots of cruises with overnights in Istanbul, and then they had that period that cruises couldn't go to Turkey for a while, and now they're back. Well, Celebrity's going to start staying overnight again. To me, that sounds like a dream come true. When we just went on the Regal Princess to Istanbul this summer, it was fabulous, fabulous. But one day is not enough. I would love to have an overnight and then a next day, because that would so very much expand your possibilities there. And then they are going to have an overnight in Reykjavik, Iceland. How cool is that? There is so much to see in Iceland. I am really excited about that prospect as well. And then some of the other overnights that they are going to have is in a place called Pauline, France, Brindisi and Trieste, Italy, and then Kavala and Volos, Greece. Like, I think that those itineraries are calling my name, especially the ones in Greece. So I wanted to tell you that. The Celebrity, and they are also going to have, this is a game changer also, they are also going to have year-round European itineraries. And so that is going to open up a world of possibilities for us as well. And so the Celebrity Apex is also going to home port in Southampton there, just outside of London, and they are going to do some 11-night Norwegian fjord cruises clear up to the Arctic Circle. So I think that will be lots of fun. We've got our group cruise going on Princess on the Island Princess. It's October 3rd of 2023. That's a 14-day in search of the Northern Lights, and we spend like 4 or 5 days in the Arctic Circle. Really excited about that. But this is going to be another really great option with Celebrity, and I am learning more and more as I experience more that sometimes there is huge value in going to like a place on different cruise lines, because they do things differently. So you enjoy more and have a broader exposure by trying it on different cruise lines as well, to somewhere that you really would like to go. And then let me tell you here really super fast, according to my assistant here, let's see, so that's going to be on the Celebrity Apex, the Celebrity Beyond. They're going to do lots of cruises that include Greece, Istanbul, Naples, and more. And then for in the Caribbean, Celebrity has their brand new Celebrity Ascent that's going to be coming, and she's going to be doing a bunch of Eastern and Western itineraries. Then we've got the let's see, for Alaska, they're going, for the first time, they're going to put an Edge class ship up in Alaska. And so the Celebrity Edge is going to be going from Seattle round trip with stops in, lots of stops in Victoria, British Columbia. And then we've also got the Celebrity Summit and the Celebrity Solstice are also going to be in Alaska. And I think that that is really exciting, because that is another way that you can experience like the same destination, is to go on different size ships. So for example, Gordon and I have been to Alaska 3 times on Princess, and we went the first time on the Golden Princess, which is a smaller size ship. It's like the Caribbean Princess. They still have the Crown Princess, the Island Princess, the Coral Princess, that size. And then we went on the Star Princess, same size of ship. They don't have the Star anymore, which makes me sad. They don't have the Golden Princess either. But then we went on the Majestic Princess. You know what? We loved all of them. If I had to choose, this Star Princess was a really special voyage because we had such an amazing naturalist on board. She's extraordinary. So you combine the open bow on that ship, the Deck 7 promenade, just everything with that amazing naturalist. I think that's probably the best. And then this last June, I got to go on Holland America's Koningsdam, which is, it's a smaller ship than the Majestic Princess. So you do get a different kind of feeling, a different kind of experience on different lines and on different sizes ships. So I just want to put that out there. So I'm really excited that Celebrity is going to have both sizes of ships up in Alaska. I think it will offer a lot of options and a lot of really good opportunities, and if you're someone that loves to go to Alaska, I say give Celebrity a try. I'm going to look at that a lot more. I'll talk to you about that more in the future, but I think that that is a really good option. And then also from April 2024 through October of 2024, the Celebrity Millennium is going to home port in Tokyo, you guys. How fun would that be for a group cruise? And so they're going to have overnight stays in Osaka, and then they're also going to be taking everybody to see Mount Fuji and the temples in Kyoto. And then let's see, and then so the Celebrity Solstice is going to go to Japan September 2024 through April of 2025. 11 to 14 night sailings, get this, that are going to stop in 32 locations in Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, and India. So start thinking, okay? I just am really excited about all of this. So that is all I'm going to share with you today about that. But I really wanted to share it with you really to get your mind thinking, and places that are on your bucket places we need to add, where it would be fun to go together. And there's a lot that I want to see, and I want to see it before it changes so much that it's not the same as it used to be. I know that things are like changing rapidly in this world. I'm not in a panic at all, but I am mindful that I want to go while I can still go. And so thank you all for sticking with me. Put down below like the places on your bucket list, the places you think that it would be fun to go as a group, the places that you have been that we should all know that we need to go, and anything else that you've got to share. I would really like to hear from you all. You are all just wonderful, and I appreciate all of the input that you give us. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. We do need you with us. And if you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, because that really does help us. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. We're going to take you with us this week on the Norwegian Encore, and so I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.